You want to do the hosting? Or
Oh, sure.
Should I?
We'll do the
Yeah?
classic role reversal this episode. So,
alrighty.
hello, ladies and gents. I'm not sure if it's boys or girls that listen to this podcast, but do we have a show for you today? This is SAF Podcast number 28, coming from you semi-live from Oklahoma and California with our usual host here accompanying me, and his name is Sterling Silver. Say hello, Sterling.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? I'm doing well. How about you, whoever you are? Who are you?
Well, that's a good question, Sterling. My name is Josiah Biggs, or as a lot of the people in the community know me as, Persistent Orange, or Mr. Lamantis if you watch me on Twitch, because I have, I think, 6 subscribers now. I'm getting there.
Amazing.
But a thousand's just around the corner, trust me. But we will be your guides today as we go through our the mediocrity of our small lives in one of the most wealthiest nations in the world, and we will also take you through a lovely explanation and in-depth review of our homework this week. And what is that homework, Sterling?
Why, it's a Neil Breen film. I'm sure you guys have heard of it fairly recently, maybe. Called Fateful Findings. A masterpiece. Well, yep. And when will we be doing that? In about
30-40 minutes as per usual. With just 2 people, we can fully expand our weeks, go into some detail, get a little back and forth like we usually do. But on that note, Sterling, why don't you start us out with your enthralling week?
Oh boy, well, the weeks that we've been away from you children, I'm gonna change up my week of how I started off, and I'll start it off with games, because, yeah, I've been playing quite a lot of games. The reason being is that pretty much I was in my last week of school, like pretty much 3 to 4 days ago, and yeah, it was pretty easy to coast by, and now I'm a little graduated boy in my very early 20s, and yeah, got 2 certificates, an AA in art and another AA in studio art.
So 2 associates of art. For those who don't know what AA means, he was not in Alcohol Anonymous. Very common misconception.
And basically, my counselor said that I was able to get those 2 because they're basically the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And it just looks good on my transcripts and whatever to say like, oh, yo, I have 2 AAs, dog. I'm like, oh, all right.
That just means that really just means it's 2 to 3 years to a bachelor.
Yeah. And but basically, like, it's practically the same degree. It's just one came out a little bit sooner, and I've been here for a little while to have another AA just pop out in midair and say, hey, look at that. And yep. So I've been preoccupied with games for the time being, even though the finals and stuff like that had me do a lot of art, and I'll get to that a little bit. But
so what games have you been playing, Sterling?
I've been playing quite a lot of Final Fantasy.
Which one?
Quite a lot of them.
All of them.
I've been playing Final Fantasy V.
Ooh.
Still going on that path that I've been going on since about 3 months ago. Haven't really gotten anywhere, but still, it's a pretty great experience. I've been through that path once in my lifetime, and I'm just going back to it again. Nothing much to say about it other than it's pretty much my favorite of the 2D Final Fantasies.
Ooh.
And I've been getting back into Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Have you played that? Just
I have actually, and I think I mentioned this like way back in season 2. When we talked about Final Fantasy that a couple times. I've actually played Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 4, and Final Fantasy 5 a little bit, didn't beat that one, and then Final Fantasy 6. I have not touched one from 7 on ever, and I am very proud of that fact.
And have you beaten Final Fantasy 6?
Yes. Even though the first time my ROM got corrupted, and I was freaking. I was so close to beating Kefka. I was so close. I was going up that trap mountain, and I had great things, and everybody knew all the freaking what do they call them? Espers. Espers, yeah. Everybody learned all the Espers. It was great. I had a freaking awesome team, and then my ROM's like, nope, not today, honey. And then after that, my computer died. That computer died. So I lost my other Final Fantasy 4 save, which I'd beaten Final Fantasy 4 like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
it's pretty cut and dry once you get the the motion.
Yeah. Well, I've never actually beaten it, but I got into the last boss like twice, like a long time ago, and I was like, I'll just leave it there and never come back to it. And then every time I come back to it, I'm like,
what am I doing?
Yeah, basically, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, even though I know I can go to the boss right now, but I'm like, I don't really care. And then, like 2 to 3 months ago, they had the Final Fantasy sale on the PlayStation Network. I'm like, you know what? Fudge it. I'm gonna buy them all, except for 4, since I already know like the ins and outs, and 8 and from the ins and outs. So yeah. I pretty much got all of them except for 3, 4, and 8. So yeah, I'm playing that right now. I'm pretty much at the place where you have to find Terra, and she's an Esper.
Oh, okay, yeah. In the village, and she's like flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, catch me if you can. She flies away.
Yeah. And yeah, like, the gameplay of Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy V is pretty much almost similar, to the point of Final Fantasy V makes classes more appealing.
Yeah, they start.
And then Final Fantasy VI is basically, you want to customize your character the way you want? Here you go. Just put relics on your character, put espers, all that crap. Pimp your character, man.
Send him out into the plains so he learns more moves.
Yep. And that's pretty much like you get. You basically get a serving of what you like from both of the spectrum, and yeah, that's great. With Final Fantasy V, the story is pretty much a little convoluted, but very on the point of, we gotta go here, here, and here, and we're gonna do this, this, and this, and that's the bad guy, and this is his minion, and that's it. Like, all right, I got that. In Final Fantasy VI, though, at the point of where I'm at, since I kind of already know the whole story, and I know that it's good when it gets going.
Yeah.
And right now, where I'm at, it's not going just yet. And right now, I'm like, wow, I kind of remember it being the story a little bit better than this. But basically, it's not really the story's fault.
Mhm.
It's more of the writing in the first part. And it's basically, like, it's not even the translation's fault. It's mostly the writing in that department. Because, like, even with the translators, like, yeah, you just say, like, one little line and, like, oh, you're going to have to go over here and over there from that one little line. Like, oh, okay. But, yeah, the story is kind of not really getting on my skin just yet. But I know it will soon, but it's just that little thing. I haven't gotten there yet. I still think it's a great game. But for right now, it's not there yet. But I will be there. In this coming week.
Just gotta plow through it.
Yeah. But yeah, the gameplay is freaking solid. I haven't played a Final Fantasy game where the gameplay wasn't solid. 13 cough. No. That's the only one. But yeah. Other than that, I've been playing a little bit more Dark Souls 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point where grinding is almost non-existent, like in the way of wanting to grind for souls.
Mm-hmm.
It's more in the way of grinding to get items from enemy drops that are like 0.001% possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to wear extremely dumb armor that halves your HP or takes away your HP, and hold an S-Talk in your hand to increase item drop rates, and then use an item every single like 30 seconds that increases drop rate, and it's like, oof. But I'm getting there. I've pretty much completed every single trophy that's plausible without item drops, which means that all I have to do is like all the Covenant stuff that gives you the spells, and that's like pretty much 3 trophies away. And then I have to go through one more playthrough to get this guy's gesture that's really convoluted and out of place. I'm like, what the heck? All right. Pretty much you have to be in Ember form at pretty much all times, and then you have to get this one guy killed like 3 times, and then all of a sudden he'll pop up in like a boss area, like before the boss area, and then like when you summon him, he'll give you the gesture. I'm like, oh wow, okay, fine. But if you miss any one of those freaking encounters, nope, you can't go nowhere without that gesture. So yeah, I'm gonna be staying in this playthrough to get all the Covenants, since I've pretty much gotten all the areas that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I want to start a new one, I'll have to go all the way back and then get it through, like work my way up. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Like just 4 trophies away from a platinum. Mm-hmm. I don't really even care, but it's there and I could do it. I could see it within my grasp. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it. So yeah. Other than that, I've been playing more of Deus Ex 1. The first Deus Ex, the 1997, 1998, I'm not too sure, PC version of Deus Ex. I haven't played it in like a long time, and I downloaded it like 2 to 3 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is really old. I'm not gonna play this. But then the TBFP's playthroughs of Deus Ex Human Revolution, yeah, I think so, reinvigorated me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and play Deus Ex 1 again. I remember liking it so much back when I was a wee little toddler, and you know what? It's good. It's still old, but I've gotten used to the oldness of it. I've gotten into the mindset of, hey, yo, this is all new tech, man. I'm like, alright, you know what? This works, that works. This doesn't work as well as I would like to, but you know what? Back then, that's all we had. And yeah, I'm at the point where you're pretty much open to do whatever you want to do, and that's where I stopped, and I was like, oof, that's a little bit too soon for me, man. So yeah, I have that little thing paused. Like, there's just too much things to do in this hub world here. Other than that, I also played a little bit of Deus Ex 2, which everybody hates, and I'm like, you know what? I get it, but I freaking love how it's very janky in the way of it's like kind of at that point of where first person shooters started to get good. It's that place where Call of Duty 4 didn't come out just yet, and it was at that place where Medal of Honor ruled some of the placements here and there, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll like this, and it has that like big, huge Halo 1-esque bulkiness to it, to the characters, and I'm liking it for what it is, but I could see everything that's an avid Deus Ex 1 fan would hate. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm loving it anyway. So yeah. Which basically is that like every room is kind of like a loading door, and it's like takes like 2 minutes almost. And I have a fairly good computer that runs it fairly well, like at that time. And wow, yeah, like 2 minute loading doors every single like door you face is like, wow, all right. And it's very minuscule in like map design. So like, yeah, you're gonna have to be like, if you want to go through a level, quote unquote, you're gonna have to be facing like at least like more than 20 minutes of loading doors. Like, you know what? That's fine. And then other than that, I'm pretty sure there was a game that came out that I got. I'm not too sure though. I don't think so. Oh, actually, yeah. Cause Wild Arms 3 came out, right?
Yeah.
And I've been playing Wild Arms 1, and I was like saving Wild Arms 2. I have it. I was just saving it till I finished 1. But when Wild Arms 3 came out, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play it just a little bit into it so I can get the hang of it. I'm like, yeah, this is great. So I'm going to go back to Wild Arms 1. Yeah? Oh, it's not that amazing. Oh, no. It's one of those things that it's like the most generic RPGs that has like little driplets of like exquisite design choices, just like little dink there. That's a little exquisite little perfect design that you have there.
Mm.
But everything else is like a generic RPG that could be made in an RPG Maker. Like,
That's what I was about to say. You mean like
really,
an RPG Maker?
yeah. But I did beat it.
Mm.
And you know what's the worst thing about this game? Is that even though everything else is super generic, like 5 on 10, 6 on 10 generic, the ending is a 10 on 10. Like, I can't, like the ending itself, like the cutscenes to the credit scenes, credit roll, that was a 10 on 10. And I get why people say that Wild Arms 1 is their favorite out of all of them. They're wrong, but I get them. Because that ending is one of the best endings I've ever seen to an extremely mediocre game. One of the things that you have to know is that the cutscenes aren't like spectacular in any way. It's just the music is so gosh darn freaking perfect. The feeling that every character is, you're reading every character's lines, is like, what the heck is this? Where was this when I was playing through 80 hours of your mediocre game? And then the ending was just like, it was like looking at like a door opening from the outside and the sun is like right there, and it's like, whoa, and you're like blinded by this amazing light, and it's just like, why? I could be out there. But then it closes, and yep, like the game is mediocre, but it still plays fairly well for an RPG. I mean, like, how can you mess that up, right?
Wow. I can think of a couple ways.
For a mediocre RPG, you can't mess up all that much. And then you have the best ending that I've ever seen to a mediocre game. And I'm like, you know what? Thumbs up for you, Wild Arms 1 ending. Good on you. That's all I can really say about Wild Arms 1, is that it has the best endings that I've ever seen to a mediocre game. That's about it. Now I got that out of the way. I deleted it. And then I went on to playing Wild Arms 2. And Wild Arms 2 is pretty much the same kind of mediocrity, but it's at that point where it's like, you know what? I can, if it's anything like Wild Arms 1, I can see that little glimmer of hope that maybe that ending will be just as good or worse, whatever. But I'm working my way up to Wild Arms 3. Other than that, I think that's it for games.
Only that much?
Yeah. Only that much.
Only that much.
Other than that, in the anime realm,
Here we go.
Yep.
Strap on your boots.
All right. The 3 anime that I am watching, I've already finished 2. The 2 are Another and Blood the Last Vampire, the animated movie.
Oh, okay.
The 3rd one I'm like halfway into.
It gets better.
Is Trinity Blood.
My favorite,
and,
a personal favorite of mine. That's actually not without any sarcasm. That is actually a personal favorite of mine.
Let me start off with Another.
Another one.
Another is pretty much Final Destination, the anime. That's a plus for me because I like the Final Destination movies a little bit. They can be a little hokey here and there. But if you can translate that into anime, you're pretty much in A-OK in my book, which pretty much they did, and it's pretty much a standardized anime, and it's pretty good until the ending when everything gets pushed out of the way so that these anime tropes can walk past you.
I said, oh no, we haven't got enough tropes in for a trope quota for this anime.
Like, every single character up until then practically changes their characterization to be more tropey, to be more edgy, quote unquote, to pretty much be stupider, to pretty much be, hey, let's all be a mob mentality, and like follow this one thing that we don't really even know, and pretty much chaos ensues because of it. And that was really a big, huge letdown. But like 8/10 of it
Pretty good.
was pretty much what like I expected out of a Final Destination-esque anime, and I was like, yeah. But other than that, the ending is one of the worst I've seen out of a very good anime. Almost the opposite of Wild Arms 1, almost. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'll get started with Blood, The Last Vampire, the animated movie. Pretty standardized Halloween cartoon fun. There's not really much to say about it. It's like a 40-minute film, animated.
Well, I mean, there is a little bit to say about it, if I could steal the show for just a second here, Sterling. Because Blood Last Vampire actually spurred on several other series and several other reimaginings of the story from that film.
Oh, yeah. Of course. And I have those left to review.
And what would those be, Sterling? Can you remember the names?
It's Blood Plus,
yes, mm-hmm.
Blood C, and Blood the live action movie.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's about it.
Yeah, that's it for right now. I'm pretty sure they have something else in the works, but
yeah.
Which Blood
but
Plus
right now,
and Blood C are some of the best, especially Blood C. You make sure to get the uncensored version of that one.
Yeah, I've got my ways, Josiah.
I know, but I mean, there's a censored version and then there's a good version.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. And yeah, the animated movie is pretty much one of those Halloween movies that you should add to your list on whenever it's Halloween and you're like, you know what, I'm going to watch some Halloween movies. What's going to be on my list? And you have Halloween, you have Friday the 13th, you have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you have The Thing, you have Halloween #2, Electric Boogaloo, I don't know, all that stuff. and right down in the middle somewhere, you should have Blood the Last Vampire, the animated movie, on that right there. Because this is pretty much a Halloween movie. Like, that's pretty much what it wants to be, and that's what it accomplishes. There are things about it that are a little bit here and there kind of sketchy. But other than that, it's pretty much a vampire movie. And it's Halloweeny. That it's like literally Halloween, and they're fighting vampires. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. And until I get the reviews all sorted up and ready. Now, Trinity blood. Ooh, baby.
Oh boy, here comes the fun stuff. Oh boy.
I did not expect Trinity blood. I've only watched like maybe one episode on Adult Swim like a million years ago. I was like,
that's how it starts.
What? Okay. And that was it. Like, okay. Like, oh, okay, I guess stuff happens here and there. Okay. I guess I should have watched it from the beginning. Okay. Turns out, no, he didn't. It's very episodic in the
format.
Most gracious of ways of getting around actual extreme plots that I've seen so far. So much of it has been following around a priest who can be a vampire-ish thing. Well,
oh wait, that's right. You haven't finished it yet, so I can't spoil it. Okay.
No, it's like pretty much in the first.
No. Never mind.
Yeah,
you'll learn soon enough. Let me know when you're done. Just Facebook me
no,
when
I
you're
know
done with
what it is.
No.
I'm just saying for the viewers to get an extreme approximation of what I'm talking about. Pretty much follows around this priest who can be a vampire, but drinks vampires' blood and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a different change of vampires.
Well, he's not actually a vampire. That's the problem. But you'll learn that soon enough once they release the code names for you.
Which they did.
How far are you in?
I'm in the tens.
Okay. So do you know that he's a cruisenick or not?
Cruisenick? Yeah.
Okay.
I know the code numbers and all that stuff of gotta take off them limiters.
I mean that's like his actual like species, like it's not just a code name, like they're like the yeah. Okay, yeah. But basically, what I have a problem with this episodicness is that it doesn't really, it's not very cohesive as of right now. It's like, here's an episode. Oh, you watched that episode? Okay. You can forget almost pretty much all about that episode, and then here's the next episode. Oh, okay. We'll build up this episode. All right, we finished this episode. All right, good. Another episode. Oh, you wanted to know more about that? No, you don't want to know about that episode anymore. Here's another episode. Okay. And it kind of goes in that order, and I'm like, you know what? I want to like this so much, but it's just, nope. Here's the episode story. There you go. That's the end of it. Boom. Here's the next episode story. Okay, fine. And now, in the tens of episodes, it's finally getting to that point of, okay, so this girl is a continuation. Okay, a continuation. All right. Okay, and then this character who's pretty much comes back from the dead, supposedly, is like, wait, didn't you die in that last episode? Weren't you something else? Weren't you a vampire? Oh, no? Oh, okay. And it's kind of like, is this gonna be the thing? And one little other point is that for so much maturity and themes here that are present, it's pretty much, you could put this on 4Kids television and you'll see no difference except maybe the blood. That's about it. I guess you just don't understand nuance. Interpret that how you will.
Yeah. And yeah, that's basically what I'm having a problem with it. But it's it's pretty good so far because every episode is like, yeah, okay, I want to learn more about. Oh, okay, no, okay, yeah, I want to learn. Oh, okay, no, okay, I want to learn more about this. Oh, no, okay, and it's kind of like that, but hopefully there's more of a flow as it goes on, and it's basically reminding me of that other one that I reviewed a long time ago, Scried.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like, there's mature themes here, but it's pretty much made for like 7-year-olds, because like everything is pretty much basic understanding and like, you did this to me and now I'm going to do this to you. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's your motivation, okay. And yeah, and when I finish this, I'll continue on with completing Blood Plus, Blood C, Blood, the live action movie. Maybe
It's not that good.
I
You don't really need to see
like,
it.
yeah, but I did it for Guyver, and I was like, you know what? These are not very good films, but I had fun with them. Which you should watch.
I'm getting there, jeez.
It's right up your alley, man. And that's and I fiddled around with pretty much half of the OVAs for Blackjack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in there.
That's good.
I'm in there. Something that is pretty much great for an OVA is that it doesn't really need to be 20-ish minutes to tell a story. It needs whatever time it wants. And whatever time it gets, it's pretty much what it needs.
You sound like one of the moms that has a child in the elementary school special needs kids class.
And yeah, 40 minutes an episode for an OVA of Blackjack is pretty much perfect, because Blackjack, from what I've seen so far, is of the OVAs,
Perfect
is
anime.
episodic. Episodic in the best of ways.
Well, it's actually a really good adaptation of the manga as well. I've read both and watched all of them, and so as far as that goes, it's like 98% there. I mean, like they leave like the only thing is that like they leave stuff out just because they didn't have the budget. But I mean, like most of the stuff in there is pretty good to the source material, not dragged out endlessly.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, Josiah. Just answer yes or no. Does it in the OVA or just the OVA? Does at one point does it ever describe why Blackjack is looking like a Frankenstein monster?
In the OVA, I can't remember, honestly. It's been a while since I've seen the OVAs.
All I've seen of it is that the intro is like pretty much snippets of Blackjack's life from early age to adulthood.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, I can see where things can go awry.
Now you haven't watched the main series yet, have you?
Yeah. No, okay. I'm starting with the first OVAs. Okay.
Yeah.
I already watched the movie, which came after the OVA.
Because in the series, they kind of, in like 10 episodes, they take care of that. Like, it's pretty quick. They touch back with it like a million other times in very tasteful manners where he's like, you think your life is crap? Let me show you some crap, young man. Sit down. Let this old man tell you a tale. I'm only 35. But, yeah.
Yeah. And basically, I'm watching it with the gal pal, and she's kind of already in the nursing field, and she's freaking loving it. I'm like, yeah, you should. It's a Dr. Blackjack,
dude.
Dog.
It's Tezuka Ozuma, dude. It's freaking the manga god supreme. Like, you don't understand. Like, he's won like 60 million awards for manga. He's the guy who made The Lion King.
Yep. Yes.
And then that Walt Disney stole. Man's a genius as far as storytelling. I hear he's very lacking in other fields, but
so yeah, pretty much what we've watched so far and the medical aspects have been, even though fantastical, is fairly believable in the way that
it's basically
it's
like House
told.
before House, you know. I mean, like, all this stuff can be possible in theory. It's just not likely.
So yeah, other than that, I think that's it for anime. Anything in movies that I watched? I rewatched Whiplash with the grandmama
Oh,
like a week ago. Pretty great. Still one of the top 2014 movies of all time. I still haven't watched Birdman or anything else.
yeah, I need to pick up Birdman too.
Whiplash. But yeah, it gets to that point where like you watched it so many times, Whiplash,
No.
that you kind of get it, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is where the part that gets good. Okay, it's getting good. Okay, all right, done with that. And you're like, oh man, I wish I could watch this again without knowing what happens next, because it gets great when you not know. And yeah, but yeah, it's still great, but having watched it 1900 times, it's good. Other than that, I think I watched another movie, but I watched more of the Hannibal movies and rewatched some of the series episodes that I already watched with the grandmama to see what she was like, because I made her watch American Psycho and she liked that for reasons. Cough. And yeah, this was a series that I was wanting to watch with the grandmama, like from series episode 1 to season 3 episode final. Like, okay, yeah, let's do this. And then she had to leave early, and I'm like, oh, fine. Since the gal pal ain't up for it, even though it's pretty. She's been watching it every so often. Like, no, I don't want to watch it. It's too gross.
And then she
like,
chimes
okay.
in every once in a while and just kind of sits.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah. So yeah.
Is that it?
That's about it for me.
Well, I've got about like 6 minutes to do my week before we have to. Of course, we did talk about Final Fantasy for a bit. But besides that, I guess I will get started now. And so before I begin, I am actually, I'll give the viewers at home a little taste, or listeners at home, rather, that I am trying some wine today. I found it, and my roommate doesn't know how it got in our house. But it's been here since Christmas. So, being the good tenant that I am disposing of it through my body. And it's called Jam Jar. It's a light fruity red wine, and it's circa 2013. And it's actually been pretty good. In fact, I'm a little bit buzzed. I think I got a little bit too much. But
so how does it taste?
It's good. It's got a nice bouquet with it's a little bitter at the end. But it's not too strong.
Yep.
It's very light on the palate. As far as that goes, I don't usually drink red wines. I'm a white wine type of guy, and I like them dry. As far as red wines go, I'm very particular and don't usually drink or partake. But this one, the label sold me. It's like, this is a very girly wine. It's not heavy. We put a lot of fruit into it, and I'm like, hey, I can do that. And so it has been a wonderful experience so far. I can't wait to finish the bottle, probably tonight with the salmon I'm having, although fish is better with white wine. Oh well, breaking the rules. But as far as my last couple weeks have been, I have been behind on everything because I had a wedding last weekend. And so I was doing bachelor party, helping set up, do stuff like that. It was like I was 4 or 5 days in Missouri and Arkansas. It was right near the border of both. And so we kind of went back and forth a lot of times. Yeah. So, which put some miles on my car. But, it is what it is. Yeah. I was glad just to be part of the wedding from some college friends that I've known for the last 5-6 years. So good people. Glad they finally got hitched.
Yeah.
But besides that, I've been keeping up with my weekly anime, and so as far as that goes, we haven't had too much.
Has everything kept up?
Yeah, everything's kept up. Cabaneri, though, is taking a dangerous turn. Hopefully, not for the worse. It's the new Attack on Titan. Yeah. And so
how is it?
It's gotten a little tropey. Oof. It's like, hey, look at all these great original characters that aren't that tropey and have meaningful character development, and then they're like, oh man, look at this new group of so-and-sos. Let's let the tropes begin. And you're like, please no, please no. And then it's like, okay, we'll lay off for a little bit, but we'll see. The tropes are still there. They're still there. Will they come back, or will we get rid of them forever? I don't know. It's starting to get into dangerous territory. Needless to say. As far as Bungo Stray Dogs, which was actually mentioned on Ethan and Ela like 2-3 weeks ago. Surprised the heck out of me. It's actually getting away from the beginning tropes, because it started out as one of those, this is going to be one of those, average animus where you're like, okay, it's pretty good, not too original, blah, 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 I'll watch it because the art style is good, and the voice acting is done well.
I think the art style is pretty much in tandem or the same artists from Gundam 00, which is freaking great.
Mm-hmm. But regardless, it's starting to get less tropey and more like character development and getting away from a lot of overdone plot points. And so that's pretty good. So that's been surprising. Ushio de Tora is getting ready to finish up. Like I said, like last week, just read the manga if you want to know what's going to happen next. It's pretty easy. It's been out for like 30 years. Dragon Ball Super is still going strong, still pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's good.
They finished the tournament arc already.
Oh yeah, that was like 3 or 4 episodes ago.
So is there anything starting up, or is it just...
as far as that goes, it's just been kind of like misadventures of Trunks and Gotenk. You reminded me. There's something super cringy coming up.
What?
The preview for the next episode showed future Trunks in a different future reality from the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you can't do this. You can't kill my favorite character. No, don't do this. Don't make future Trunks gay. No, don't. He can only be gay for me. Please. He's not angsty at all. I don't want that future Trunks. And so we'll see how that goes, because it's some sort of new type or whatever, reintroducing time travel. Who knows? I don't know what sort of crack Toriyama's smoking, so we'll just have to see how this turns out. Assassination Classroom, I suspect, will either end in the next 2 episodes or the next 4 episodes. It doesn't have too much material left, but there are some side stories and the epilogue that I don't know exactly how they're going to fit that in and how long they're going to drag that out. So it'll be interesting to see that. And once this series ends, you need to watch it, Sterling.
Assassination Classroom, how many episodes have there been?
There have been 2 seasons. The first one was 24 episodes or 26 episodes, and then the second season will either be 22 or 24. Not a whole bunch, just under 50. But for 103 chapters of manga, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have here? JoJo's going strong. Still great. They got rid of that stupid remix for the opening theme and got back to the instrumentals.
So it's basically they put in the intro from before.
Yeah, the original. Okay. So they had that new remix. I forget what the actual title of it is. It's in the credits, but that was only on for like 2-3 episodes. It was really weird. But right. Good riddance. Yeah. Let's see here, and as far as everything else goes, Ace Attorney is picking up pretty well. It's getting to some very exciting cases. I mean, it's doing much better.
Is it already on the case of Edgeworth?
Yeah, it's still on that one. It's the third part. I just downloaded that one today. I need to watch it after we're done here. Let's see. Is there anything else that I am really actively watching? I'm waiting for Luluco to be done before I just steamroll through that. People have been telling me to watch it, and I'm like, I will. I want to watch all of it at once. It's like 2-3 minute episodes, and I'm like, I can't. I can't do that on a weekly basis. It's
yeah.
It's not like Gallico where it's just like, oh, hey, here's another perverted joke. Okay, my week's fulfilled now. You know, and the next week, oh, okay, another perverted joke. Great, girls are nasty.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's about it. One Piece is just finished the Don Quixote family arc, or the Dressrosa arc, for good now. They're actually off the island now, so it's done. The deed is done. And we're going on to the next arc, and thankfully the manga has very much gotten the head start that it needs into the next arc, so that's pretty good.
Alright.
As far as video games, I played a whole bunch of GTA last night with my team, my clan, my crew. It's 2 guys that I went to college with and 1 guy that I've known almost my entire life, and we get on the Xbox 360 and just find out about each other, explore our lives, see all that there is to see. No, but I mean, I'm serious. Like, every single time I get on GTA 5, there's something new. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Have you gotten do you do the missions and DLC stuff?
Yeah, I've done, I think, 90% of the missions, and we've done all the heists for everybody except for 2 of our members. We're still finishing up the heist tree because there's only 4 or 5. I think there's only 4 heists right now.
Yeah.
And so that's been fun, and all the crazy outfits that I've worn, and it's a heck of a lot of fun, especially with my 3 garages and my jet, and I've got about a $1.5 million right now. I'm saving up to get a tank or an attack helicopter. I haven't figured out which one I'm going to have yet, but it's got to be something that flies, because the jet that I have is just a little personal jet with no missiles.
Yeah.
But now you can buy the freaking laser jet. It has missiles on it. So I might just go after that. Who knows? Only time will tell. As far as other games, I just received Overwatch, and I just uploaded a video to the Hypest of my unboxing. It was the collector's edition.
Yes.
I'm very happy. If you want to see more, just click on that video.
Uh-huh.
And I've also played a little bit of Minecraft.
So you haven't played it yet?
No, I just finished downloading it while we were on the podcast, actually.
Oh, alright.
So, yeah, I got the notification like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And so that's
Minecraft?
pretty neat. I've also got the art book, which is amazing.
It should be. It's freaking Blizzard.
Yeah. Not only that, but it gives you like all the specs on all the heroes and like all their attacks and like what works well. It's ridiculous. Like, it's so freaking in depth.
Yeah.
And it comes with its own like 2 covers that you have to like gracefully take off.
Uh-huh.
But let's see here. What else have I done?
Minecraft?
Yeah, a little bit of Minecraft. Nothing new there. Just
alright.
building big things after big things. As far as movies, I did happen to stumble upon all of the Miyazaki films on Blu-ray.
All of them?
Yeah.
Like, is it in a set? Or is
Yes,
it just
it was in a set. Are they actual Blu-rays? Maybe. That's up for you to decide, folks at home. But no, I got to see Porco Rosso again, which is, it's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, just something about the Italian fighter jets, man. Fighter planes. They're not jets, but it's just that whole like a man's romance, you know.
Yeah.
It's great, especially when they start just boxing in the open water. And then I also watched a couple others here and there, just bits and pieces. And we got a big tournament coming up at the boxing gym, so I've been watching a whole bunch of Ippo, which has been taking up all my time because I gotta get pumped.
Yeah.
I gotta get that perfect form from watching.
So when you watch Ippo, do you always start from the beginning,
No.
or do you kind of skip around?
I go to the fights that I
2
want to watch
episodes.
when I want to watch, and then like sometimes I'll just go from there and just continue on and loop back around. Sometimes I won't.
Uh-huh.
It just matters on how I'm feeling. A lot of times I'll mostly just watch Takamura's fights because usually they're the biggest and the longest. Ippo has a lot of just
Yeah.
quick little short 2-3 episode fights when Takamura's are always like really well done and drawn out and like
Yeah.
tactical as far as boxing goes. So, but besides that, I don't think I've done too much.
How about that place that you wanted to go to?
Oh,
Dragon Mall thing.
yeah, they. I can't even remember the name of it. It's like the Dragon Home. That's it.
Yeah.
No, I did go to the mall to buy some clothes for the wedding, but unfortunately it was closing at that time, and so it was like 15 minutes till the mall closes, so I didn't get to go in there. I haven't had enough time on the weekends because I've been traveling so much, and I have been barely getting my chores done, getting groceries and washing my clothes on time before work started. Because I do work the 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, it does make it hard to get some things done during the week, and so usually I try and get all that completed on the weekend. And I have to and my laundry takes a long time because our dryer is really good but really slow. Well, really good dryers, but you gotta wait, and so I can't really leave the house because my nice office shirts, my Oxford shirts and pants, if I don't get there right as the dryer ends or stop it right before it ends, they get all wrinkly, and then I have to do it all over again. And so I can't leave the house whenever I do that, so I try and do that at night, later at night. But that's about it for me. Sterling, let's crack into our homework this week.
Oh boy. So, Fateful Findings by who? Who's the imaginary master
that'd be
this amazing movie?
That'd be Master Breen, man.
Mr. Neil Breen.
Yep. And I would just, before we get started here, I want to give you guys home a little taste, a little snippet, a little tongue in cheek from the synopsis on IMDb for this film of his, which I think this is his most recent film. He's working on one right now as well. He has 3 films out already. This is the most recent one, and he has another one on the way, which is supposed to be his best of all time. So, fingers crossed. But here is the synopsis we're given. A small boy discovers a mystical power as a child. He is then separated from his childhood girlfriend. He grows up to be a computer scientist who is hacking into the most secret national and international secrets, as well as being an acclaimed novel writer. His childhood finding gives him amazing paranormal powers. He is reunited with the childhood girlfriend, they spelled mystically wrong, but on his hospital deathbed, as his relationship with his current drug addict girlfriend is deteriorating. The passions build between the threesome. Mystical, psychiatric, and worldly forces rise to prevent him from revealing the hacked secrets. He attempts to reveal all in Washington, D.C. in a large press conference, with fateful and dangerous consequences.
Amazing.
Wasn't he married to that woman? I didn't know they were just girlfriend and boyfriend.
Wait, really? He wasn't?
No, it's just his girlfriend.
I thought he was. Wow.
They had a nice house together.
I know. They brought friends over, like, jeez.
Yeah, you don't go out to eat like every other day with like your best friend and his wife, unless you're married as well.
All right, so where to begin is pretty much the extreme answer of this amazing film. Oh my gosh. Okay. The sound design is pristine. Pristine in that it jumps about, it cuts off, it's muted for minutes on end. It has that extreme high, airy sound when a character is going to speak, but you kind of have to turn that down when she isn't or he isn't. The music, or I guess you could say
soundtrack.
Sound clips is pretty much the same exact way in which they play either on repeat for like the 6 seconds that they play, and then they just keep on repeating that and repeating that and repeating that, and then they repeat it to the point of, oh, a next scene is going to happen, so they cut that in half in the middle and like, oh, okay, and then it begins with dead silence most of the time. It's it's pretty jarring, and that's just the sound. The acting.
Before we get to that, let's talk about the opening scene. That like 3.5 minute opening scene, where you're just going down what's supposed to be a hospital, but it's really a storage container facility. You know, like from Storage Wars, where those nice heat and air conditioned ones where you keep your valuables on the inside of the indoors instead of just like a garage outside. And that's like so you're just slowly panning down this hallway for about 3.5 minutes beginning.
Yeah.
Amazing shot, beautiful art.
Yeah. Cinematography, some of the best I've seen. The glitter on the book, some of the most artful, nuanced thing I've ever seen.
The way that mushroom disappears, put me to sleep, man. Knocked me out.
The freaking child acting is
It's actually on par.
Is some of the best I've seen. which is actually a pretty big plus in my book. If you get your children to do the stuff that you need them to do, and they do it good on them.
Start a toy
Not
channel
good on you,
on YouTube.
but good on them. Like, oh my gosh.
So let's talk about scene transitions here, or lack thereof. The best that comes to mind, or the biggest that comes to mind, is when he takes about 3 bites out of a plate that just has spinach on it, raw baby spinach.
Gosh, yeah.
And in his
Wow.
office
Yeah.
at the house, and his Leah, his childhood girlfriend, all grown up now, is just like watching him
Just
eat
sitting
the
there.
spinach and giggling, like chuckling, that he's she's like, oh, and she like makes this like huge forced smile, and it's just, and then he just like puts the plate down, and then you watch the plate just fall onto the computer, and then she just laughs at that even more. He waits about 6 seconds, and then starts speaking.
Yep.
Gold. Comedy. Gold.
Another one is when the neighbor's daughter.
Oh, I was about to bring that one up too. That's the best. Just out of nowhere, and this neighbor's daughter doesn't need to exist. Let me just reinforce this point. Like, she has nothing. Like, literally, she does nothing the entire movie that that just verifies why she needs to exist. Like, it's just, she is the biggest waste of space, and she is just there to fill time and be really creepy.
Very, very creepy. And I'm not sure she's actually acting.
She may have just been the actual neighbor girl, and Neil Breen just decided to keep her in the film. And that's the thing too.
The
Like,
cameras were
you see
rolling.
Neil with all these young, really hot actresses, and you think, okay, that's a little creepy. And you see the way that he does the love scenes with them, and that's a little creepy too. Because it seems like he's really happy to be in these love scenes, with these with these very beautiful actresses, and then also the other times he's like, he's trying to figure out exactly what he needs to do for the scene at the same time. But to give him credit, he does better. Sometimes he does worse. But no, this girl, she just completely out creeps Neil Breen, the creep master.
So, in one of the scenes with her in it, in the scenes that
In like one of the two scenes that you remember her being in.
basically what happens is, I'm pretty sure it's right after the party of a pool party with their friends.
It's like 2 or 3 hours after this stupid pool party. Like,
Yeah, and like Neil Breen is just working on his computer, and then he's like, "What's this splashing outside?" And it's just like this girl splashing the freaking water.
and she doesn't have a top on.
Heel high water. She's just like bending down to splash the water, like splish, splash, splish, splash. And then Neil Breen's like, "What?
What's going on? What?
What?" And then one of the most creepiest shots of Neil Breen looking out his window with like the back of his head to the window, and he's just like, no, okay.
He does his famous talking / mumbling to himself monologue.
And then the girl, I suppose she saw him looking at her, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna turn around and take my top off. And like, okie dokie.
Now,
And then Neil Breen is still there, not doing anything. This is just there watching, like, oh, yeah, okay. And then and then like when that scene ends, she takes her top off. You don't see nothing. That's whatever. But like seconds after, like, oh, he saw me, and then like that's what she wanted, right? But like in the very 3 seconds after, okay, I'm done. Gonna
time to shower off from putting my ankles in the pool.
Yep. I'm like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, Neil Breen, I guess, has a memory loss for some reason.
No,
all of a sudden thinks that the wife is in the house.
No, she is in the house.
Seconds after. No, she wasn't.
No, because he went out and then she was just sitting there on the couch.
No, like when the girl was in the shower or getting in the shower, Neil Breen explicitly says, "Oh, hey, you're home early, Emily," or whatever.
Well, I'm just judging by the scene, though. I don't take his lines to mean. No, because I mean, like 10 seconds later, after you like.
Yeah, I know.
Again, transitions.
Like when that scene ends, it's pretty much him sitting down with the girlfriend, or whatever. Like, oh, you know what she did? She took her top off in our pool, and she tried to take a shower in our shower.
In our own bathroom. Can you believe it?
Like, wow, okay. Like, I mean, good on you for explaining the situation, but okay, all right. You don't want to mince some words here or there, all right. But basically, yeah, wow. Many other scenes that are almost like, if you take it out of context, it's amazing. If you put it in context, it's freaking amazing. Like,
what we're trying to say is this is a perfect movie.
Yeah, this is the perfect movie.
Oh god. No, let's see here. What else? The constant laptop abuse and the fact that you never see the laptops. He has two identical laptops. One he'd never seen using the other one, just one of them. And by seen using, I mean he puts his fingers on the keyboards. The screens have never been lit, or no information. He didn't even like try and throw something on there in After Effects,
and it's always positioned to be in the back. Like the back, you could only see the back of the computer, so you don't know if it's actually on. But you see this one little scene where he's like, "Yeah, I'm so smart," but the computer, you can see the screen, and it's like nothing on it, and he's all like typing like click 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 click, and it's like there's nothing on the screen, dog. Like, oh my god, oh.
But yeah, there's constant laptop abuse in which he spills coffee on it. He's about to engage with his.
He puts the coffee on the laptop, and then he spills it.
And then he rubs it on the laptop.
Then he rubs it. Yeah.
No, but there's a famous scene. Well, what has become almost famous now? Scene where he closes the door behind a significant other because their candle, their love life has just been kind of blown out. He aggressively, engages his girlfriend, but before doing this, before actually like getting up and close to her, he purposefully knocks both of the laptops off the desk with his hand,
which they never use.
While he's looking the other direction, so he's struggling to find the top of the laptop to slam it down.
And freaking throws paper super hard up into the air, and like, if you've ever done that, it's pretty much, it hurts if it gets on you. Like, if you throw like freaking buckets of paper up in the air,
yeah.
and they come falling on you, like, wow, okay, I guess you didn't think that far back, but okay. And then the girlfriend like freaking takes the freaking folder stand and just like freaking like throws it on the floor as well. Okay.
What about the whole thing? How Neil's like entire identity, or Dylan, should I call him in the movie? They mention his name like a couple times.
Yeah.
He refuses to take his medication that's supposed to keep him sane. He's been to several psychiatrists, and they still refuses to take his medication. Just thinks speaking to them will be enough for him. Besides blacking out like several times. I think he has narcolepsy or something stupid. In which his dope head of a girlfriend, somehow his medication is just like is an hallucinogen or something, a substance that can you get you high, which seems weird because it's taking like it's trying to relieve him of stress. It doesn't make any sense, the situation that he's in. But he tries to flush some down the toilet, and she just straight up takes it out of the toilet and downs those pills.
Yep.
That calls his doctor, says they need more pills.
Yep. And basically, throughout this movie, I'm like, so what's this guy's deal? He's a writer, and he writes books.
Well, according to the synopsis on IMDb, which is signed by Anonymous, but we can all tell who wrote it, he's a computer scientist, apparently, who just writes novels in his part time. That's where he gets all of his revenue.
Said in the film that he got a master's in computer sciences.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That doesn't make you a computer scientist, though.
I wasted it by writing books, and he throws books at his computers super hard. Like, okay, so you're a computer master. You're a computer master, whatever. And you're writing your books, and you hate the books, but you take it out by throwing books
at the computer.
Okay.
There's layers here, Sterling. There's so many layers.
Like the artistry just can't.
And I love how he says he's wasting his life writing books, and then he hacks into every.
I'm hacking into the government.
Oh, and then there's that obligatory scene like every 25 minutes in which he gets called by his publisher.
Yeah.
About a deadline, and he's like, no, later, and they're like, oh, okay.
Don't call me ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever call me. I'll call you. I'm like, oh, okay. Wow. Like the computer hacking in the government to freaking.
What about that sniper when he's on Capitol Hill that just dies and you don't know how? He just dies. There's a sniper lining up because he's exposing all the government secrets on Capitol Hill in front of all the major media outlets, and the sniper comes out of the very, very loud bushes.
Yeah. He has to freaking.
And then you hear a gunshot, and you're like, "Oh, the sniper fired the shot." Nope, the sniper is dead. Someone shot him in the head. You never even get to see who aimed at him, who shot him, why that happened. Dylan just looks over, and the guy's dead. And he's like, "Okay," keeps on talking.
Like the ending. Oh my gosh, the ending was. It was like watching 2001: A Space Odyssey
all over again.
All over
for the
again.
First time.
Like, amazed that the countering to getting called out as a government official that you've been lying or whatever, extorting, is that you gotta 100%, it resorts to suicide.
I'm too scared to go to prison. Oh yeah, that official that shot himself in the head. Wasn't that like the shortest gunshot you ever heard in your life?
Yeah, he's like,
and then
it just cuts to another guy who's freaking like, oh, extortion, and it was all because of greed. And while he's talking, it like transitions to a scene of him getting a noose.
Yeah, he picks up a noose and there's like an electrical socket like right in the middle of the shot for some reason. At first I'm like, what is he moving to stab the fork in the nope, it's a noose.
Nope. Oh my god, like there's so much here that like it almost leaves me speechless, but it also like when I watched this alone, and I was like, you know what I should have done? I should have called up all my friends and freaking like marathon this movie, and like, oh my, I would have had a funner time just laughing, but alone, I just was astounded by the most extremely masterful art I've ever seen on screen. So Josiah, what would you give this masterpiece?
Well, IMDb gives it a current rating of 4.3 stars out of 10. And I think that is a ridiculous rating. I would give this movie a 10 out of 10. So bad that it's good.
It transcends the badness. It goes into the negatives. It goes on till infinity.
It harnesses the badness.
Goes over the infinity, and it circles back around into the positives and the positive of infinity, and we just can't comprehend that number, but a 10 out of 10 is as good as we can get. So would you recommend this, Josiah?
Oh, highly. Call everybody you ever knew ever in your life, sit them down in front of the telly, turn this on, and laughs galore.
Same. Like, again, like I have this saved, and I'm going to call up all my buddies. I'm going to say, hey, you want to watch one of the best movies ever made? Like, oh yeah. Like, all right, come down and meet me. And we'll watch the Neil Breen film. A masterful artwork for the ages.
An extravaganza.
This should be in museums for all the world to see. I hope his new movie, whatever it might be, is at least half as good as this. Because half as good as a 10 out of 10 Neil Breen film is a 10 out of 10 Neil Breen film. Any last words for this movie, Josiah?
No, can't say that. I mean, we don't want to go in too deep, spoil it.
Yeah.
But I think we've highlighted
we covered over some of the ones that were enough to talk about, but we didn't cover everything.
We put the bait in the trap. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh man. We might have to do a less watch of this. I'm serious. We might have to get this up, get this on the stream, do a Let's Watch, do the first SAF Let's Watch, get a couple of the guys, have a movie night.
So Josiah,
yes,
what are you looking forward to this upcoming week?
I'll give you two guesses. It's one word.
E3?
No, not even close.
EPO?
No,
Okay, fine. What is
it's
it?
Overwatch.
Oh, of course.
I gotta go in. I gotta get in the pond. I gotta get in the river. Start running with the fishes before I can get to the ocean. And start fighting with the sharks.
Anything else?
Besides that, there's nothing really huge coming up in Animu yet. We still have a couple weeks before the next season comes out. I haven't really taken a look at it. Probably next podcast I'll take a look at what we have in store for this next season. Get those recommendations.
Is JoJo Part 4? Like, how many episodes do you think it might be?
I think it's gonna be all of them now that it's hit the roof.
So,
it was still question marks the last time I checked. So,
but like, from what you think it might be.
Oh, from just like a guesstimate. As far as that so far goes, I'm not really too sure because it's been a while since I read Part 4, so I'm not.
Yeah. Like, how many episodes are there already? And then compared to like where that was in the manga.
Again, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not that closely following the manga. Let's see here. I don't know.
Is there still like more to come?
Oh yeah, there's
like,
plenty more to come.
All right. Anything else?
Let's see. Nothing. I'm really excited to see the new Boku no Hero Academia tomorrow. I kind of hate that it's on Sundays because I have to wait such a long time.
Well, you sort of wait like every.
Don't.
You wait the same.
Don't. I know what I said. Don't. What about you, Sterling? What are you looking forward to?
Finally, maybe tomorrow. Well, on Sunday of the week. Maybe, hopefully, putting up all 3 of my reviews. Hopefully, if I get done with Trinity Blood today or tomorrow in the morning, and then having the week left for me to just devour my Animu stuff that I have been like just not doing anything with because of freaking the bad times of Symphogear, just clouding my good vibes for like 3 months. Jeez.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Like, I don't wish that fate on anyone. So yeah, a whole week off until I have summer school again. Even though I graduated, I could still use some more because the more I do, the less I have to take in a university.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, a whole week of me just plunging into Animu. Other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing what's up with E3. There's not really anything in particular that is brimming with anticipation for me.
Well, what about Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and 3/4? the newest installment they're gonna announce?
You know, the Kingdom Hearts 2.8, I've seen what's up with it. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
But it's not as good as
It's
Kingdom
actually
Hearts 3.
way worse than I thought it would be because it's just adding on top of that fan fiction pile right in the corner. It's adding up right there.
Dude, the freaking Kingdom Hearts fan fiction has been around since like 2001. It's been ridiculous, dude. Like,
yeah, I know.
I remember that stuff in middle school.
Like before I knew of the the fan fiction, all I knew was that Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. Oh, that's cool. I don't have a PS2. I only have a PlayStation 1 and a GameCube. Oh well, I guess I'll never play it. Oh, I got a PS2 8 years later. Oh, that's cool. I could play Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1. Yay! Oh, wait, what's this? There's something that's called, Dream Drop Distance? Okay. Oh, there's something that's on the mobile? What? Oh, there's a DS game? There's 2 DS games? There's a 3DS game? There's another PS2 game that's in between 1 and 2 that was based on the Game Boy games?
It was such a good idea. And then Square Enix is like, oh man, look at this money. I wonder how we can make more money.
But hey, I hear those games are good, but you know what? I don't care.
People are idiots.
But yeah, so far from the E3 predictions and what they've already come out with saying that there will be stuff of, I'm looking forward to Neo. More news on Neo. Hopefully there's news enough for me to be invested in, like, okay, yeah, that needed to change, okay, I can see where that needed to change, stuff like that. Hopefully nothing like, oh man, they shouldn't have changed that. Hopefully not any of that.
Yeah, but what about Ukulele Man? Was it Luca Yaley?
Ukulele.
Yes.
It's Yuka.
Yeah.
Lele.
That's looking pretty keen.
I'm not. Yeah. Maybe Mighty Number 9 gets something
released
other than a cringy trailers and press conferences. Hopefully there will be
blood.
Best movie. Hopefully there will be news on Pokemon stuff, I guess, for them Pokemon fans.
Oh yeah, that Pokemon Go, man. I signed up for the beta. I haven't gotten any response back, but I signed up.
Hopefully there's coverage on what's up with freaking Legend of Zelda.
And don't forget about the evolution for Moon and Sun, since it's coming out in November. And we still haven't seen the final evolutions.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I mean, literally, they're like, hey, you know what? Let's put out a Pokemon this year. Oh wait, we already have most of it done.
Let's see here. Hopefully more Final Fantasy stuff. I'm actually pretty keen on the world of Final Fantasy. The first presentation of it was like, okay, I see where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
And the presentation the newest trailer that just came out, that was leaked or whatever you want to call it.
Leaked. Hashtag leaked.
Was pretty much right up my alley for the most part, from what I could see on the story side of what the characters came up from. I'm not too sure about the combat though. I'm not too sure about them stacking. I don't know what that's about. I know there's going to be some kind of monster catching, which is always the worst kinds of gameplay aspects of RPGs for me. Pokemon did it fine, and that's about it. And then other than that, hopefully we could get to see something more new. I don't know, new stuff. Maybe hopefully we could see something from Platinum's Scalebound.
From Platinum's skillful team, I mean Scalebound.
Oh, cough, cough. Hopefully some of that. Hopefully some more of that Near Automata or whatever.
Ooh, yeah.
Automata. And I think that's all I'll care about. Yeah. So that's in my
Here.
upcoming stuff to look forward to. Well, Josiah, you have the honors.
Sterling, you know what we say.
Don't
get eliminated.
See you children all the way back.
Spay and neuter your pets, and don't forget to watch out for snakes.
Yep. Alrighty.
Bye-bye.